What is up, people? This is the Oracle. We are back online for some more modern cubing. Spec is decent. A couple powerful planeswalker. I might just pick one of them. Zealous conscript, pretty good. You can combo with Hikijiki. Yeah, the cards on the bottom are pretty bad otherwise. Baral is quite medium. Effort not so great. Rishkar pretty good, I would assume, but not insane. Yeah. Overall, except for the 3 planeswalker, there's not a ton of things I really like here. I guess Zealous Conscript is pretty good. I've been playing a lot of blue decks recently, so I think I'm gonna not pick Tamio. Nahiri is kinda sweet, but double colored. I think I'm just gonna go with Chandra. The advantage of Chandra is that she is pretty good if you end up playing mono red burn or any aggressive deck, but she is also pretty good in a control deck, so it's a fine first pick that we can put in different archetype. Well, Destructive Force is kind of tough to make good because there's no Signet. There's a couple mana rocks, but not a lot of them. So not thrilled about that. I've been pretty pleased with either Adept, but mostly in blue-white deck. Not sure that it would be as good in blue-red. And again, I've been playing a lot of blue decks. I think 90% of my draft have been blue so far, and I've played something like 10 cube draft. So maybe I should do something different. Sort of Feast and Famine is pretty good. Another option is just to pick Wooded Foothills. Doesn't mean we have to be green, but it's fixing for red potentially. I mean, for if I can fetch a red, blue, red, white, red whatever land with that, it could be fixing. Even if we don't end up playing green. I don't know, I think I'm gonna go with Foothills. Could see sort of Feast and Famine being a better pick and a slightly stronger card, but yeah, I don't mind picking that and staying as open as I can. It's a Charm is a card I like a lot. Maybe we just go blue-red. Falconras Gorger is a decent 1-drop. I think definitely better than Chandra, Fire of Kaldesh if you want to go burn. Noble Hierarch might be the best card in the pack. This is the second mana elf we see in a row, so maybe we should just be green. Not sure how much mono red is gonna be open. It's a Charm might wheel anyways. Maybe we should just move into green. Hierarch is among the best. Mana Dork, and there was another elf last pack. Well, I'm willing to try that out. And maybe we'll abandon the Chandra, I don't know. Here I'm probably just gonna pick Inferno Titan, which, is very powerful. And yeah, it's red too. Utopia Sprawl could have been an option. Firecraft is pretty great in burn. Pretty powerful spell in general. I think it's one of the better. It's sorcery, but it's for creature to creature or player, which is a lot, and spell mastery can really matter. I think we'll pick Titan though. Wildfire? Probably not. We pick Bogart Ramgang and we go red-green mid-range aggro. Not really the type of deck I like, but it's something. It's a possibility. Olivia Voldaran is pretty powerful. I don't know. I kind of want to avoid blue because I'm always playing blue. And blue has not seemed that open. I mean, if blue was open, we saw some great card, I could see going blue, but Anticipate, Impersonator, nothing too crazy. Not thrilled about Ramgang, it might just wheel. Olivia is pretty strong. Bloom Tender is very medium. I don't know. Read the Bones? Maybe we go black-red mid-range aggro. I don't know. Black-red control. Not sure if you can go black-red control, but there's a couple card draw spells in black. Maybe it can just work. Flame Speaker's medium. I don't like Bonfire of the Dam. Yeah, maybe we'll we do that. Black-red control. Mardu control. That's kind of tempting. This is the type of deck I don't love because I like to play blue control decks. I think counter spells are really important when you are playing control in cube. Now the idea of going Mardu control is kind of sweet. Let's try that maybe. Even if we end up with a decent amount of Planeswalker, I'm not sure I want Heart of Kiran. I'm not gonna try to go Mardu vehicles. Lash Out is fine. Could see picking Hot Master of the Fell. It's a pretty good card. Maybe we just go Jund actually. That's an option. Dragon Skull Summit should be pretty good whatever I end up doing. I don't think I'll be on the super aggressive side. I think I will be more of a mid-range deck, so... Alright. Everything but blue control. Maybe we'll try that, I don't know. It's not a bad start, I mean, we have some pretty powerful spells. Ooh, Elves of Deep Shadow Wield. That's really sweet. That makes me want to be green more than before. I guess I might just end up playing Jund. It's been a long time since I haven't played some good old Jund mid-range value type of deck. Sorin, I don't know. If we get some more fixing, maybe. Noble Hierarch does fix for Sorin. Alright, let's go for some Jund. Jundish style of deck. Flint of Boar I think is pretty bad. Do like Temple of Malady and Twilight Mire, though not sure which one is better. It's close. If we do get some double green and double black, Mire is better. Otherwise, Temple is better, so it's kind of tough to know. I think I don't know if it's right. Ew, Sprawl Wield. That's amazing. Sweet. So we have some sweet ram spells. A bit of card advantage. Some later game things. Kind of like how this is shaping up. Bloom Tender Wield too. I don't really like Bogart Ram Gang. Yeah. Ooh, Crag Wield. Alright. Jund it will be for today. Jund is gonna be the name of our deck. Liliana the Last Hope. Sounds pretty solid here, especially in the eyes of Sprawl and Elf that can let us cast her on turn 2. Solemn Simulacrum is never bad, but not better than Liliana, I think. Search would be good, but it might wheel. I mean, since Sprawl and Elf of the Deep Shadow wheeled, I could see Liliana just wheeling. I mean, Search. Yeah, Search wheeling. Sorry, I think I said Liliana. I meant Search, obviously. I'm gonna pick Liliana. The Last Hope. Now it's interesting. Relic is good, but it depends a lot on if if we get some more 6 and 5 drops or not. If we don't and we are more low to the ground, I feel like Corsair is going to be better, but if we get a little bit more later game, Relic could be better. I think I'm still going to pick Relic. It's slightly higher upside. I'd be happy to wheel Knight's Whisper, I think, or Corsair. But Relic should be decent here. I mean, might. We don't really know, obviously. Ooh, Tireless Tracker. Kind of sweet. It might wheel though. I kind of feel like I want to pick Runus Pass. I don't have any Rimvol yet. And for this type of value mid-range deck to work, you need Rimvol. And Runus Pass is pretty good. It's also good in the later game. We have a bit of ramp, so Awakening is not, not going to be that difficult. Yeah, I could see Tracker wheeling. It's a pretty sweet card in this type of deck though, but I think we might want to pick a bit of Rimvol here. Cemetery is going to wheel if anything, which is good. Ooh, I do love Green Sleeve Siphoner in a lot of deck, but in this deck it should be quite great. Sea of Brass could be decent. Brawler, I don't know. I'm not sure that I want to get that aggressive, but interesting. The triple green on Primal Hunter might be a bit tough. Yeah, I'm not sure. Brain Maggot is fine though. I want a little bit of discard. I'd rather have Sotsies or Duress and whatnot, but Brain Maggot is not bad. Yeah, let's go with Brain Maggot. Okay, I guess it's gonna be Llanowar Elf. I could see Outpost Siege being quite great here. We want some type of card advantage pretty badly. I think it's necessary to make that type of deck work. Now, Llanowar Elf is quite good. So it's not an easy pick. And I never play Outpost Siege because I like to play counterspells, and this card is not good with counterspells. But today, it's another story. Maybe we just want the Outpost Siege. Seems pretty decent. Collective Defiance. Not bad. I think I like that more than the Night Oak. We will need some more fixing. Right now it's a little bit anemic. Like, I think by the end of the draft we'll have the fixing we need. I'm not feeling too bad about that, but we are still playing a 3-color deck with 2 double black, 2 double red that wants green early on, so more fixing is going to be necessary. Now we can obviously make some change in what we are playing to accommodate for the... I mean, just maybe play 1 color a little bit less, or at least less double colored mana in 1 color to just make sure the mana is better if we don't get great fixing, but best case scenario, I just have great fixing and I don't need to do that. But as it is now, I would not feel confident about playing all these spells with that fixing. Arlene Court? That's kind of sweet. And I like the card a lot, but I never get to play the card because I'm never playing red green almost. Great, love that. Search Wheel, that's amazing. That is lovely. Jund Ramp is wide open. Not sure if it's a great archetype, not sure if it's a good news. But Jund Ramp is definitely wide open. The Courser Wield. If anything, it's gonna be a good sideboard option. Not sure that will main deck that. Again, it kinda depends on the mana because... Ooh, Tracker. Love it. I like you, Woodland Cemetery, but Tracker is gas. Tracker is gasoline. The clunky thing here is that we have a decent amount of double red, double black, but again, we still need the green early on, so we'll need a decent amount of green, but of red and black too, so I don't know. I don't think this is a brawler deck, maybe we just want Pilgrim. Don't think this is a Stomping deck either, really. Grudge for the side, I don't like Viridian Emissary at all. And Elf Wield, okay. That's great. Well, we don't need any more 1-drop. We are looking pretty good in that department. We need some Rainfall, I think. A little bit of Rainfall would be good, and fixing. Fixing is necessary. Card advantage is looking decent, as we do have a couple Planeswalker, plus Outpost Siege, plus Read the Bone, plus Tracker, plus Siphoner. Like, we do have the tools to grind people out. Now, yeah, we need Rainfall to make sure we don't die from random stuff. Though I guess 2 of our Planeswalker can remove stuff. I guess 3 of our Planeswalkers actually, plus Olivia. Yeah, I still want a little bit more Rainfall and 2 drops. Deck is looking pretty fun. If we don't get enough fixing, it's gonna be clunky though. This is a type of deck in which you almost want to play no basic if possible. I will not get there, I don't think so. But that'd be the dream. That being said, we have so many playables that unless there's something really good, we can spend a lot of our next pick just on fixing. Not sure Koth is going to be that great in this deck, as we might not play a ton of actual factual mountains. Sphere of the Sun, medium, even though it fixes. I think we have enough ramp. Maybe too much already. I think I'm going to pick Hero's Downfall. And I think the call against command is going to wheel. There's Garruk Wild Speaker, I guess, too. Which is pretty good to ramp into, but it might wheel. I guess the tracker wheeled. Green has been pretty open. Where Hero's Downfall I don't think is ever going to wheel. Raging Ravine, Verdant Catacombs. I think Ravine might be better, but I think Catacomb is never gonna wheel, where Ravine has a pretty high chance to wheel, so I think I'm just gonna go with Catacomb. Not even considering those spells at all. Again, fixing is gonna be pretty key to make that deck decent. Garruk Apex Predator. Probably not today. Not today, Garruk, sorry. Fertile Ground is kinda cool. Staff of Nin would be decent. I might just cut Avacyn's Pilgrim, by the way. I'm not in love with the fact that it doesn't produce any mana I need. Fertile Ground is fine. Let's just try to make the mana a bit better. If anything, it's going to be better than Bloom Tender, for sure. It's kind of weird because we have a lot of ramp, but we don't recast anything after turn 4. So I might just shave a little bit of this ramp. Like, Bloom Tender is looking pretty medium. We'll see. I'd be fine playing Wall of Roots, Chandra Nalar, and all that good stuff, but this is going to be overgrown Tomb by a lot. Especially since we have 2 fetches that can fetch it, and it's one of the better land we can play on turn 1. Yeah, playing all these mana elves in a mid-range deck, I'm not sure how good it is. It's not bad, it's not like forbidden. The thing is, you're trying to outvalue your opponent, and this might be a bit tough to do if you draw a bunch of useless elves in the late game, or if you have a hand with too many elves and not enough fuel. I'm gonna be happy to have one of these in my opening hand, but after that I don't want to draw any. So there is that. So when there's fixing like Sprawl, Search, I guess Elf of Deep Shadows, why not? But I think Pilgrim will not make the cut. Bloom Tender probably not gonna make the cut either. Coalition Relic does fix, but it's looking pretty bad here, to be honest. Relic-Claw Mystic fixes a little bit, but again, I don't think I want more ramp in this deck, really. Turn is good in some matchup. Verdur's Gearhulk, well, we don't have a ton of creatures, so I think it's less appealing. Oracle is pretty good, I guess. It's a decent card to ramp into. I think I like Oracle more than Thran. Oracle of Moldiah. Molidali Oracle. Deck is looking pretty fun. Kinda weird. Ooh, Vraska is pretty cool. Do like me a Vraska, especially since I don't have a ton of removal, and I can definitely use something that can get rid of, any permanent and not only creatures. Sweet. I think Nissa Vastwood here fits this deck fairly well. She can fetch... Oh, Basic Forest, never mind. She cannot fetch Overground Tomb. It's still probably gonna be the pick. I mean, Nest Invader is kind of good here. Like, we have so many powerful 4-drops that we want to ramp into that I feel like Nest Invader could be decent. Also feel like Nisa might be a better option. Yeah, probably just a better card. This deck is looking... Yeah, it's been ages since I haven't played Jund midrange or anything along these lines. I'm not sure how good it's gonna be, but it's gonna be fun if anything. So Smoldering March we can fetch with Wooded Foothills and Verdant Catacombs. That's pretty cool. I think it's better than Llanowar Waste. But I might be wrong because the ability to cast a turn 1 elf is pretty important in this deck. We gotta have a decent amount of double red though, so I guess... I think the fact that this is fetchable makes it better, but it's pretty close, to be honest. I guess we have a lot of tapped land too, which could become a bit clunky. Relic is a good card, but I don't think this is what we want here. Because, yeah, we don't need to ramp to 5, and we have 1/5 and 1/6 drops, so it's just not looking very good. Sphere of Them Suns. I don't know about that. Rich card expertise is not good in this deck. I don't think it's good in many deck, by the way, in this cube. And tapping with a large creature is not gonna happen that often. Sphere. Sphere is kinda decent. I think I can use a little bit more Reinvol, and I like Burst Lightning more than Strike. And I'm not gonna play 17 lands here. I think this is a 16 land deck between all the Mana Elf, the Nisa, maybe even 15, but 15 might be a bit too greedy. I kinda wanna play Witness. Splashing for Siege Rhino and Sorin. Yeah. Rabbit Bite. I'm not gonna play Wolf Run, I just cannot. I don't want a land that doesn't produce any of my color. Rabbit Bite I don't think is that great. We don't have a lot of creatures that are very fat or anything. Polokranos might be an option in some matchup though. Mystic. Mystic is definitely better than Sphere of the Sun. Now, Thrun for the side I think is better actually. Not gonna play these. I guess Admirers for the side. Invader Wield, and I like Invader more than Sphere of the Sun, I think. It's gonna close. Okay, I'm not gonna play Pilgrim because it's bad for the mana. Guess I'm gonna cut Witness. It feels weird to cut Witness. Maybe I should not play Collective Defiance just because of the double red. Like Chandra and Inferno Titan come later on, so maybe the double red is less of a problem with them. Ugh, I need to cut 2 cards. Sphere of the Sun I think is a little bit too medium. And then I don't have a lot of Reinvol, so I kinda wanna keep the Collective Defiance in there. Liliana, I guess, is... well, yeah, it kills small creature. This can kill creatures, this can... we do have a couple cards that can kill creatures and stuff, but this deck is not like heavy on Reinvol by any stretch. It looks like a pretty fun Jund deck though, but we need to maybe cut 1 more card. Can we play 15 lands here? Is that too greedy? Maybe it's fine. I feel like we have enough card draw spells though that we will not flood that badly that often. Oracle of Moldiah is... I don't think I actually want that. It's probably just gonna die. I don't really need land after the 4/1. It's a pretty good card advantage tool because you don't really draw any more land once you have that, but I think it's not gonna... I think Witness might just be a better option if we just want card advantage anyways. I think I'm gonna go with this main deck. Alright. Now regarding the mana base, I think we want as much green, red, and black. We have more green, but double red and double black. Yeah, I think we want the exact same amount of green, red, and black if possible. I mean, maybe less green, but we need the green early on. That's the problem. That's the issue. So this is 5 green. 5 red. Alright. And 6 black, so we have slightly more black. I guess we are just gonna add 3, 3, 3 actually. Certainly not that. And now, how good is the mana base? Eight red is not well. I'm not counting the, you know, it's gonna be better than it is right here because of Search, Utopia Sprawls, maybe Elves of Deep Shadows and whatnot. But without counting these, this is still 8 red, 9 black. And I think having black early on is slightly more important than red, so I'm happier to have more black than red. And finally, maybe not enough green actually. 8 green. 6 of them can enter the battlefield untapped. No, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. I think we need one more basic forest at least. I don't think I'll get more than that, but I need one more. So I guess I'll get 1 swamp for 1 forest. Because casting my elf on turn 1 is important. Alright, I think we'll just go with that. Deck seems fun. Again, it's been ages since I haven't played Jund midrange and whatnot, but it should be sweet. Maybe I should not play Nest Invader. Maybe Sphere of the Sun is just safer in that spot. I don't even care a ton about the 2/2 body. That's not true. It can protect Planeswalker. I'm gonna run that. We'll see. So that's gonna be the deck. I hope you guys enjoyed the draft. It was pretty fun for me at least to play, you know, to draft something I usually don't. We'll see how it performs. Drop a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content. And I see you for round uno.